formally introduced within centering. Sponsoring this bout, Cordes Sewing Machines. CORDES Sewing Machines. Ladies and gentlemen, would you welcome in the red corner? She's trained by the mighty John Sheeter, one of our co-promoters here this afternoon, this evening, from St Albans, with a record of 3 bouts, scaling 53 kilograms, wearing Monthe coloured Muay Thai trunks, black, white and red. Would you welcome the Tornado, Joanna Falzon. Across the ring, trained by the icon of South Australian kickboxing, Mr. Joe Whip, making her debut in Melbourne Town with a perfect record of 2 bouts in South Australia, 2 wins. She comes from Summertown, South Australia, scaling 55 kilograms, wearing gold and black. Would you welcome Guljay Uysal. Chris in charge.
Well, we're about to see something very special indeed at the moment. Super bantamweight contest scheduled for 3 by 2 minute
Victoria
rounds.
versus South Australia. Let's approach it that way. Round 1.
It's an all-in women's contest between Joanna Falzon of Victoria out of the red corner and Guljay Uysal from South Australia out of the blue corner. Guljay Uysal comes to Melbourne, Victoria with quite a large reputation. I've heard and read quite a bit about her, but she's going to be up for a fight tonight against the nuggety tornado Joanna Falzon.
Good to see Joanna Falzon has an opponent slightly more matched with her height. In her last fight, she gave away quite a lot of reach. But she's a nuggety girl, and she'll put in a good effort. And likewise, Michael, as you said, the girl from South Australia, she's here to fight. Joe Whip always prepares his fight as well, and at this stage, she looks like no exception.
Well, the technique looks very good and very clean at the moment. Both girls are trading some leg kicks and some good hand techniques to the head. Joanne burying in there, trying to work the body shots on Guljay. And your third man in centre ring is Chris Nicolau, one of the legends of Australian boxing and kickboxing in South Australia, and a new referee on the scene doing the honours here tonight. There's a nice right hand by Joanne.
Some people call this chick boxing, but I call it nothing but good hardcore action. And these ladies are here to fight, and they're doing their trainers proud at the moment.
Well, you've hit that one on the head, the hammer, pardon the pun. And there's Joanna Falzon with a nice left round kick to the body. Both women swinging towards the head area, working it in nice and close at the moment. That's where they both like to be. We've seen Joanna Falzon on a number of occasions. She likes to move in close to her opponent and work the body rips and the shots to the head.
Looks like Guljay, the girl from South Australia, has got a bit of a cut over her left ear. Let's hope that doesn't affect the fight. But certainly just a little bit of blood trickling there. She's been caught, and we'll just see how that affects her.
As they back into the blue corner, both women showing that they're not afraid to mix it up, these two femme fatales. And of course, later on, we're going to be treated to 2 of the best female kickboxers this country has to offer in Laura Skinner and Shane Anios. But at the moment, it's the end of the first round between Joanne the Tornado Falzon and Guljay Uysal. Let's rock and roll in the second round. Referee Chris Nicolau gets us underway. Guljay Uysal coming out with a nice right round kick. And Joanna Falzon wasting no time, showing why they call it the Tornado, unleashing a savvy of techniques. Stinging left hand there by Guljay. Right hand didn't find the target by Joanne, went with a couple of kicks. Guljay followed it through with the right hand. And Joanne saying, come on, let's get it on, woman. You want to go toe-to-toe? I can do that game too.
These ladies are absolute dynamos. They've really impressed me so far. They're not giving an inch. Joanna Falzon and Guljay, they're taking it right up there to each other, and nothing but a fine performance from both ladies here.
It is an excellent performance so far. Good clean techniques and plenty of guts and determination by both women as they tangle up against the ropes towards the neutral corner, and referee Chris Nicolau breaking them both up.
Geez, you wouldn't want to be a mugger in a dark alley fronting one of these girls, Michael. I'm telling you, they'd really give it to you, and they'd probably take your wallet.
You've got it there again, Mark the Hammer Castanini, as Guljay Uysal fires out her left hand. Joanna Falzon, look at her work rate. She just doesn't stop working, the young girl.
I had a bit of a look at Joanne in between rounds there. She was proving quite heavy. On the other hand, Guljay was looking quite relaxed, but Joanne, for the heavy breathing, and she looked a little tired there, but she's coming back well now.
And Dr. Peter Lewis being called into the ring to look at the left side of the eye, it looks like, of Guljay Uysal. A capacity crowd here at the Sunshine Macedonian Entertainment Centre. Friday, March the 14th, brought to you by Ultimate Promotions.
What a great matchup once again. Paul Demicoli, Johnny Sheeter, Ultimate Promotions, doing a mighty fine job in Melbourne kickboxing.
But for now, let's get back to the girls, and it's Joanna Falzon out of the red corner against Guljay Uysal, who is undefeated 2-0 from South Australia. They come out bombing with their hands again. Joanne fires a left round kick into the midsection.
Joanne might be going after that the left side of Uysal's face, but at the moment they're just burying in and they're going to work.
Guljay times her there with a nice leg kick to the outside left thigh of Joanna Falzon. That's becoming quite red. And she'll have to start checking those leg kicks. Joanne doesn't want to take too much punishment downstairs, or there'll be no walking for her in the morning. Drilling in a nice right hand to the side of the face, that punished area of Guljay Uysal.
Well, forget your Don King Promotions. This is the way to go, this ladies fight. These ladies are going tooth and nail.
And that's the end of the second round of our super bantamweight contest, scheduled for 3 between Joanna Falzon and Guljay Uysal. Third and final round of female fighting action between Guljay Uysal of South Australia and Joanna Falzon. And look at these two girls go, running out of no starch at the moment. Guljay throwing some wild left hands towards the head of Joanne.
Oh, there you have it.
Big left round kick, planted her like a tree.
Perfectly timed.
She kissed the canvas that time.
Oh, that was absolute poetry in motion there. She just picked that. Fortunate for Guljay, she just dropped her guard a bit and copped it. But she's a tough girl, and I reckon she's going to be back for more. She's going to pick up toe-to-toe where they left off. This is an absolute crackerjack fight so far, Michael.
I love it, Mark the Hammer. Joanna Falzon comes out firing again. Guljay Uysal knows that she has to lift her work rate now. Joanne fires in that right hand, ties her up, goes downstairs with a couple of leg kicks to the lead leg of Guljay. And this is shaped up. This is a fantastic bout. Couldn't have chosen a better women's bout. Brought to you by Ultimate Promotions. You're seeing it here on Channel 31. Joanne is pulling out all the stops at the moment, going downstairs, upstairs with her hands. Nice front kick there by Guljay, really found the mark on the abdomen. And Joanna Falzon showing no signs of running out of steam at the moment.
I'll tell you what, Michael, if I don't see another fight tonight, I'll be going home a happy man, because this is an absolute crackerjack.
It's worthy of main event material, isn't it, Mark?
Oh, take nothing away from either of these girls. They've got hearts as big as lions.
Guljay Uysal, that cut on the side of her left head has opened up again. Nice front kick by Joanne, hammering that cut area. Joanna Falzon going for broke, but look at Guljay Uysal showing guts, showing intestinal fortitude to stay in there and fire back out of the red corner.
I don't know about you, Michael, but at the end of this fight, I'm standing up and I'm giving these girls a standing ovation, because God knows they deserve it.
Another high left round kick by Joanna Falzon, a little bit of blood flying off the brow, and there's the end of the third and final round. A standing ovation from the crowd and from us, Mark the Hammer.
It's jam-packed. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous points winner, and she comes from the red corner, the Toledo, Joanna Falzon.
A very good and a fair decision, a unanimous decision for Joanna Falzon, and a round of applause echoing around the Sunshine Macedonian Entertainment Centre. Let's make some noise for today. What a fantastic performance all the way from South Australia.
Joanne, it was nice to get a win on the ledger there.
Yeah, I guess lots of things in the last fight. Actually, I'm not happy with this one.
Joanne, lots of people supporting you this evening.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for coming. And the National Police team for all their support. Johnny, Paul, my parents. That's it, I guess.
John, come around here and join us. What sort of a young lady is Joanna Falzon?
Oh, very dedicated, Howard. She works really hard at her job at work, and she comes to the gym and works just as hard. She's been Laura's sparring partner for the last few months. Today we fought her up against it, but she proved us all wrong and took home the goods.
Okay, congratulations.